Good morning, everyone. This is Rapegal. We are playing some more Pokémon Odyssey, a ROM hack of Pokémon Fire Red, inspired by Etrian Odyssey and Maiden Abyss. We got to the end of the third stratum last time, except for the boss. And I was gonna go get ready, and I had the realization that the 3 fights in this other area for this side quest were lower level. So I want to do these first. Just so I'm not like raffle stomping over them with over-leveled Pokemon later. Now, I don't know which of the 3 is which, but I did prep teams for each of these 3 fights. I'm not sure if it's 3 in a row. If it is, we're gonna have to redo our thoughts. But I think we're good. That's 0. That is not the correct one. Malna? I think this is Malna, so I think we're good. Perfect. Okay. Each of these is 4 level... I didn't factor in the Intimidate. That should be fine. Each of these fights is 6 EV-trained Pokemon, 34 to 36 with held items. I'm going in without fully going, like, I didn't fully level up my team to be at their level or anything like that. We are doing a on the fly here a little bit. I think we do this. I kind of figured the fake out was coming, but we're gonna get our Winged Talon off. Okay. That could be a lot worse, and Synchronize reverses the Paralyze. Bullet Punch is gonna not do that much. We're gonna Super Fang on the Probopass. This hit on top has an Assault Vest, so this might not kill. It did. Awesome. We are gonna get some levels out of this as well, which is gonna be nice, especially for the upcoming section. It looks like there are at least 3 boss fights relatively back to back. So having a bunch of Pokemon available feels good. Awesome. I think we keep Ian in here for a little bit longer. There's nothing like we're... Oh, well, I guess it would be good to be able to get Ian in later for the Farfetch'd. No. I'm gonna commit. We're gonna power jump here. We'll go for another Super Fang. That's gonna have its health right away. And that lets Ian finish it off. Probopass is a lot less scary than a lot of the other things here. That's what we're waiting for. I didn't want to switch Ian out until the Torkoal came in. And that means that we can now switch Sue in. Torkoal... Do I just hard switch? I think we hard switch here. No. No. We need to focus down. That's why we need to take this guy down. Okay. We need to finish this Probo Pass off. It's probably going to take a couple hits. But it has Thunderbolt. So, we should be faster. I'm just gonna keep Super Fanging. This feels, with all these very bulky Pokemon, Super Fang feels like a great option to have. I don't know if that's gonna kill. Yeah. Sue, it has... Okay, Thunder Wave's fine. We can deal with that. I suspect we're still going to be faster. Wing Talon hits pretty hard, and we've got Super Luck. So, their Sunsetter is gone. We've got Weather Control for the rest of this fight. That means no Chlorophyll Tropius. That means that their Magcargo can't get their boost. We have left. And then I think it's just the Farfetch'd. Let's go Air Cutter, Wing Talon. I think we're in good shape on this one. We'll take it. This is almost certainly going to be enough for us to take Farfetch'd down. Yep. That makes it a 2-on-1 for the rest of this. Okay. I'm trying to think. Not super helpful. Oh, I'm overthinking this. We have Ice Beam. One down. So I've got my mons stored here. We're going to be in a kind of similar situation here where I don't want to start with my rain setters. Or with my sun setter, rather. This one, it's less important. Trying to remember where all these pieces fit in. I think we're good. Kamanegi. No. Was Markman. Needs the... Expert belt. Kamonegi gets the black belt. Never melt ice. Leftovers, of course. Charcoal. And Miracle Seed. We're going very basic here. Basically just what moves they're going to be using, with Markman having a little bit more flexibility. This one had a really interesting puzzle at the beginning, so I'm really looking forward to seeing if it works. because this is mean. It is a really cool opener. I'll be fair. Linoon Clefable. The only move Clefable has is Follow Me. Linoon has Belly Drum and Inner Focus. So I looked it up and I think this should work. We should be able... Fake Out has higher priority than Follow Me, so we should be able to Fake Out and then Brick Break. Linoon should be faster. It didn't Belly Drum. Okay, well, that's a little annoying. I'm gonna be fair and say I'm a little annoyed. So use a Citrus Berry, but okay. Do I just... I don't feel like... Oh, yeah, no. Clefable's just gonna be able to take whatever I throw. That's actually really bad. Let's knock off. Dark is strong against Aether. That's a problem. Yep. So I was really counting on it being on being able to use those leftovers. This is neutral at least. I'm just gonna do it. I feel like we have to take this Clefable down now, as fast as possible. That was not much damage. Tomonagi's gonna drop if we don't switch them out. But I don't have any good options to switch into offhand. I mean, I guess... Yeah. Cynical. Cynical can come in. I'm especially in trouble because I was counting on Mark to be able to fight as well in a couple spots. Although honestly, this might be okay. That hit both? Yeah. Let's do this. They can take this headbutt. They're both very bulky. That finishes off the Linoon. Solid damage to Slowbro. Okay, Pincer makes sense here, but I don't like it. I think we go into Crucible. I forgot about Hypercutter. Holy crap. Yeah, that's not good. Okay. We may be redoing this one. It's weird how much of an impact it can have when one thing goes wrong. Let's get the sun out. That's gonna stop Scald. Toxic Herb. I don't think it's gonna kill Slowbro, but it does hurt. That's fine. And Flamethrower is good. Charcoal Stab in the sun. Finish off the Slowbro. We're steering. Okay. The flinch is not good. Okay. Altaria. This is another not great situation that we find ourselves in. Altaria is good against pretty much everything these two have. And the only one who can really take that hit is Kamonegi. Did I just mash through that accidentally? I think I did. That's going to increase defense for both of their mons. If this happens to hit... Okay. Did not use Air Cutter for some reason. Altaria has Natural Cure. So I think we're gonna take our time on this. Synchronize. I'm okay with that. I did not get the snarl off that I wanted. So I think at this point we just yawn. Never mind. Shouldn't have yawned. Fortunately, we have to take the risk here I feel like. Oh wait, no, we don't have Crucible. Why did I think I still had Crucible? I don't really have a good way to deal with this Altaria then. And I still have Clefable left in the back. Kaminagi did something. So we're down to the flowers. Once again. Okay. So, hear me out. They're on drops. That means Clefable is going to come in on that second slot. And because it switches mid-turn, Giga Drain is going to hit. And finish it off and heal Sonic. Okay. There goes my inevitability. And unfortunately, the synchronized paralysis means I can't get a poison off this toxic herb. Unless natural cure triggers, which I don't think it does from this. If we've got to make these hits count, let's make them count. The only thing we're worried about right now is a critical hit Air Slash, which unfortunately it does have a high crit chance. Because yeah, at this point, my biggest concern is not actually if I die, it's can I kill before I run out of PP? So this is a 4x not very effective move that we've got. I think trying to remember if that actually uses PP or not. It did not. Okay. So we might be okay. This does look like it's doing big enough chunks that we should be okay. So we're still at the same point, no crits, and we're good. But it has a berry. This is the worst battle of attrition ever. I genuinely don't know if we're gonna have enough now. But we're close enough that I don't want to give up. This is like the worst point in the is it Gambler's Fallacy for that one? The like we're already in far enough. It's gotta pay off eventually. I think we're still good. We've got 4 left. This was just a hard steer the whole time. So the intention was fake out on the follow me. Linoon uses belly drum and lowers its own hit points down to half. And then Kamonegi finishes it off with that brick break. So we would have been down Linoon on the first turn and not had those like 3 rounds of headbutts that it did. At least 3 rounds of headbutts. And having to burn through the Clefable to get to it. And and then we had Crucible to deal with the Altaria, because Ice Beam would be able to one-shot it with the Nevermelt Ice. Lairon and Pinsir can both be one-shot with Flamethrower. Like, our team was very much set up to take down that team. Markman and Kamonegi would both be good against Lairon, be able to contribute there as well, fighting types into the steel type. And obviously Cynical was there for the Slowbro. And Dynamite was there to help with pivots, because couldn't basically take hits from almost everything except Pinsir. I have to remember what my plan was. Just a second. This one's gonna be interesting because they actually have some fire moves on their side, which makes me a little bit nervous about relying on Sun. But we'll see if it pays out. Okay, so we're gonna get rid of Leech Seed for this. I'm fine with Hobbiton still having Leech Seed. We want black glasses. Leftovers. Soft sand. Never melt ice. Didn't actually need to change that one. Whoops. Markman. So I only built this using 5. So I just put Markman in as the last slot. I'm actually gonna give him the Silk Scarf because I think his main purpose is going to be to come in and help Fake Out to keep somebody else alive. And I don't have a good option here. So I think we just go with Bright Powder, just to get the mischance. Okay. So this one is, I mean, they're all a little tricky. This one doesn't have as much of a theme. It's more of just a good stuff team. So that makes me a little bit more nervous. Oh, this one, yes. This is Zero. Zero leads with a Pikachu with a Light Ball and a Sharpedo with a Mystic Water. That's why we're leading with Sunny and Hobbiton. Also, Pikachu has Fake Out, and that's my biggest concern here. So we are double tapping Pikachu with Earth moves just to make sure it goes down this turn. That was why I put Earth Power in. So that way it didn't matter which one went in. The other one's flinching. Ugh. Sunny drops in one turn. Not what I wanted to see. It does give me... Oh wait, no. Leftovers lets me stay in. And then we Giga Drain here. Is this another spot where we can double tap? That was actually a mistake. I'm gonna hope that they double tapped. Because if they did Mystical Fire into Habitan, we're in bad shape. But if they targeted the other slot with either Mystic Fire or Psybeam, yes! That was what I was hoping for. Okay. Okay. Crunch. We have to get that off the field. Scyther. It's terrifying. Bug into... I think we go Croatan. I'm gonna hope... So it's gonna use X Scissor on Croatan, almost certainly. That's why we were worried about... There we go. So I'm hoping Crunch is gonna one-shot. This is very much the Battle of the Glass Cannons, and also Gliscor. That's what we want, actually. It was nice of them to give us that gift. So Water Tackle won't kill because of the sun, but Crunch on the Ghost-type Typhlosion should. We are going to Electro Web. Their other slot is going to be Gliscor, who's not going to take damage from Electro Web, but that's okay. It's actually okay. Doesn't affect Gliscor, but it's going to hit their Scyther pretty hard and lowers speed. That's the important part. Okay. Polar Kraken is going to... Did we just attack into Gliscor? Yeah. Like, wasn't thinking about that. That might be bad, but that's okay. Okay. The only big thing there is that does mean that Scyther is going to get a hit in somewhere. So we're going to go Crucible and Markman. I should have done that backwards, but that's okay. Intimidate's gonna help us stay alive. That's really weird that they'd knock off into the same slot again. Fake out into the Gliscor. Ice Beam it into the slowed Scyther. Ice Beam, Ice Punch. You know what? Just let me finish the damn bottle in peace, would you? I don't know how you did it, but thanks a bunch. Two TMs. Two decent TMs as well. Not good, but decent. I believe this is Brick Break and Shockwave. So Shockwave, most of our good electric types can already learn, and it's not as widely learnable as Thunderbolt, but it's not bad, and it always hits. So it can be a good breaker for things that use evasion moves. And then Brick Break, Light Screen Reflect, and also just a lot of... It's a good neutral fighting type move for when you're going to need your fighting type for more than one mon. If you just need them to get one hit off, something like Close Combat can do the job once we get up to it. But I've always liked Brick Break just as a backup, especially for when you're, exploring, or when you have multiple fights in a row, or a large fight where you really need to keep that mon on the field. Drain Punch and Brick Break are like way more reliable in that regard than Close Combat. And that is the Bridget Farm side quest. Let's see. I feel like I was expecting that to be one, like, that I was gonna be able to do that and then do the bosses. I was gonna have to split it up, but no. Apparently that gets one all to itself. So those 3 fights get their own video. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, please give me a like and subscribe. Check out the other content on my channel. If you have any questions or suggestions, please leave them in the comments. And as always, have a good one. See you next time for the boss fight.